What is up, everybody? Sean the D-Man here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great week. The Auburn Tigers took on the Merrimack. I don't know what you would call them, but Auburn won 95 to 57 in a game that, Auburn pretty much dominated from start to finish. This was definitely much better performance, even though Merrimack didn't in the first half of the game didn't really do much offensively. They were like shooting 18% in the first half, except for one of their players who was like shooting threes, like crazy. But Auburn, other than that, they handled business. They took care of business against Merrimack. So let's see, pull up the stats. All right, so yeah, I mean, if you look at it, Merrimack only one player in double figures, and that was Shelton was the one that was like shooting threes and things like that. So just one of their players in double figures. A pretty good defensive night for Auburn. A few turnovers here and there. Philip Jovic 9 points. I think he is like obviously he played in European basketball and everything, but Jovic, I think he has got to like he's got to grow with it, but he's got to be a little bit more aggressive when he's down low. Um, Missed some easy shots. He's got to like learn to play through the contact and things like that, but still work in progress for sure. Sebastian Williams, another solid game. He was in the starting lineup tonight, so good for him as a freshman. 14 points. Keyshawn Hall gave you another 20-point game. Kevin Overton, he fouled out, but 6 points, and then Tahad with 13 points in the game. And then you look at the bench, Oporum coming in, which we didn't see him in the first game, but we did see him in this game. And he like as he continues to play and grow, he is gonna be a key factor. If he continues to like get better and better with each game, like he's gonna be very useful for Auburn in the paint, rebounding and things like that. I think he got 4 rebounds, so I expect more of that. As he continues to grow and get better, I expect a little bit of that to be uh, a little bit better. But Borum, I thought he played great tonight. Got some buckets, got some rebounds. Very solid night for him. So I look forward to seeing him again because Keyshawn Murphy didn't play tonight. Precaution area is what it sounded like. So he stepped up when he needed to. Elijah Freeman, quiet night. He fouled another 3-point shot because you remember in the first game against um, Bethune Cookman, he fouled a 3-point shooter as time is expiring, which let us go into overtime. Well, going into half, he does it again. So maybe he should not be on the floor during that time. But quiet night for him. Bashir, he came on late. Some of these like bench points here was kind of late in the game anyway. The game was well over, and Auburn took care of business. So I mean, overall, pretty solid, performance. I didn't realize Jovic got 10 rebounds. Keyshawn Hall got 14. Wow, I didn't realize they got so many rebounds. Um, and then like stat wise, let's see what we got. Auburn shot from 50% pretty much near the entire game. Merrimack is 28%, but like I said in the first half, they were like 18%. They weren't really making a lot of their shots. Auburn was 6 of 24 from shooting three. I still maybe think I would take 4 of those off and add like if you were like 10 of 20, I'll feel a little bit better with that. Um, because you were only 25%. I mean, well, both teams were technically 25%, but um, they didn't shoot that many threes in this game, though, honestly, because I think they shot over 30 in the game against Bethune Cookman. Uh, Free throw, once again, missed some, 73%. You missed 10. Again, that could be worked on. That could be better, but missing missing 10 free throws, like an SEC play or tournament play, or even some of these bigger games that are coming up. That could be all the difference in the game for you. Rebounds, obviously you won that. Assist, you won that. About even in turnovers. Blocks 5. So 8 turnovers to their 11. Both had fast break points. Points in the paint, you dominated in that regard. I mean, again, Merrimack probably didn't really have much going for them in that regard, but you took care of business. Fouls, you know, 20 to 27. But I mean, overall, I'm pretty pleased with it. They handled business as they should. This was a very much like what we saw from them last night is what we honestly should have saw from them on Monday night against Bethune Cookman. This game again, that game should not really have been that close. But give credit to Stephen Pearl and the crew. They went back in and went back to work and tightened some things up. Still some things to clean up for sure. I'm not saying they're perfect, but look, you got next Tuesday against Wofford, uh, and then Sunday. Are you gonna be off from Sunday, and that's the 16th. Yeah, yeah, and then you're not in action again until the 16th when you take on Houston. That's gonna be a very highly televised game for sure. And you got Jackson State on that Wednesday night. And then you're off about a week, and then I think this is that Las Vegas game tournament that they started this year. So you got one more cupcake in Wofford, and then you have your first real test of the season. And I feel like this test here, even though there's all these other games here and then SEC play, I feel like this test here against Houston is going to tell us a whole lot about this basketball team and what they're capable. Because we saw with Merrimack tonight or last night, they played in the first half. They played like a lot of zone, and so Auburn had to be kind of patient with that. Um, because you don't really have that inside presence either. So, but Auburn has a bunch of playmakers, and I feel like you're probably going to get games where they look absolutely outstanding and stunning, and then you're gonna get games like the Bethune Cookman where it should not be this close. It should not be this close at all. But listen, they handle business. That's all. That's all that matters. Um, but yeah, we'll see. So overall, Auburn's 2-0. You handle business. Um, but yeah, I mean that's honestly it. A really quick, short review of the game. Pleasantly surprised with it. I'm been curious on I'm curious on like how long you'll keep Keyshawn Murphy out. I wouldn't be surprised if you keep him out until you play Houston on the 16th. That wouldn't surprise me. If there's no reason to play him against Wofford, you should easily handle that game, and then bring him back in for that. That's probably why Jovic started this game, was because of that. I didn't even know he was going to be out, or Murphy was going to be out this game. So I think starting lineup, obviously you got Tahad, you got Kevin Overton, you got Keyshawn Hall. I think Elijah Freeman came off the bench this time, so I'm curious on what that lineup is going to look like against Houston, because it's going to be a grinded out defensive game for sure. At least on Houston. Houston's very good defensively, so we know this. We've seen that team plenty of times last season, and obviously Auburn played them last season as well. But I think that's in Birmingham this year. The game's in Birmingham, so that would be pretty fun if you're actually going to the game. But um, overall, I saw a lot of good things. They shot the three relatively well. Saw a lot of two mid-range jumper shots. So that's good. Um, Communication seemed to be a little bit better this game compared to what it was in the first game. Now again, you're much better than them, so you should really pretty much be able to handle them. But like that was a big issue in the first game was communication didn't seem to be um, great. But again, it's a brand new team. When these guys, when they continue to play together, they're going to get better, and communication is going to get better. So I don't think I saw really. I mean, there were probably a few not I don't want to say defensive busts, but like probably there was a few moments where communication was meh. But give Merrimack credit too, especially to Shelton. Some of these guys made shots, and they were very much covered with Auburn defensively, but they made shots when they needed to, and I'll give credit to them where credit is due for that. But Auburn handled business. That's all that matters. So that is relatively it, guys. Quick little video. If you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button, comment below, and then obviously tomorrow the Auburn Tigers take on Vanderbilt in Nashville. I'll have my review for that, or my review for that either that Saturday night or Sunday. We'll just have to see how things go, but yeah. So that is basically it, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. You have a good one.